Minh was born in 1950 into a humble and loving Buddhist family. She is the youngest of 8 children that her mother was able to raise, even though she had virtually no money. Minh grew up in a rural area of Vietnam. Their diet was 95% raw foods and just a little bit of cooked vegetarian. They were surrounded by small villages and farms and fields and the jungle, and they were able to get everything that they needed living off the land. Minh grew up without electricity, refrigerators, stoves, or any of the modern conveniences we're used to.
When I am young, I look like 5-year-old or 6-year-old. In that time, my family lived close to the jungle and in the park. Because that time, my aunt, he had the family, the farm. This my family is a little bit, so many people in the family, so my family is just poor. So my mom don't have enough money to take care of that. So that time she take me go out from the jungle, from the farm, from the park, and she showed me how to pick up the natural food and how to pick up the original, the vegetable to eat. And from that time, I know everything what we will eat. When I go out to jungle with my mom, I'm 5 or 6-year-old about that until when I 10-year-old, 12-year-old. And I never want to stop. Until right now, I still remember the time I do that.
Minh's mother taught her everything about the foods and medicines from the jungle, and what they couldn't find, they had delivered to them fresh every day. As a young girl, Minh's job was to deliver sugarcane on her bicycle from the fields to the small towns and villages. Now, back in the early 60s, during the Vietnam War, one of Minh's brothers was kidnapped, and this had a really devastating effect on Minh's mother. She went into her Buddhism and she prayed and prayed. And she received a revelation that she had to give up everything, including cooking any food. And from that day forward, she remained a 100% raw foodist. Minh is so sweet and humble. She had her first picture taken when she was 16 years old. It took her mother quite a while to save up enough to get her shoes and clothes to wear for the picture. Minh went on to raise a family of her own. She had a beautiful daughter that is almost a mirror image of herself, and also a son that she is very proud of. I met Minh at a wedding. I was living in a small town of less than a few hundred people, and 2 of my friends were getting married that were Minh's cousins. At the wedding, Minh caught the bouquet of flowers and I caught the garter. We had our picture taken, but we really didn't think much about it. Things changed 6 years later when Minh's daughter died. Minh was really hurt, and she had remembered the small place where I lived, and she wanted to come back and visit. And this time something happened, and we just became inseparable, and we've been happy together ever since. Now, when I discovered Minh's talent for creating raw food, I was just amazed, and I knew we had to do something with this. So that's when we decided to make some DVDs so we could share Minh's knowledge with the world. And since then, we've been doing demonstrations. We've been teaching people about raw food. It's been a fantastic journey. We've had a lot of fun. And Minh has helped so many people with her simple recipes and techniques. Minh can't read cookbooks. She gets all her ideas and inspirations from her childhood, from the lessons that she learned from watching her mother.
I just watch her and looking at that. So I remember how she make it.
Anyone who has ever attended an event where Minh has given a demonstration or an event that she has catered knows exactly how special her food is. But food is not Minh's passion. She has a natural talent for it, but her real passion is her Buddhism and the Buddhist teachings. Min spends most of her time going to Buddhist events, learning from the masters, from the monks. When she's at home, most of her time is spent in either meditation or prayer. That is her passion. She's following the footsteps of her mother. Her mother was a devout Buddhist, believed in the words of the Buddha, and who also believed in the lessons of the earth. So Min's real passion is Buddhism. That and gardening. She loves to spend time in her garden. That's where she learns many of her lessons, and that's where she's happy. Praying, meditating, gardening, and doing her exercises. There's a lot more food that Min has to share with the world, but for right now, I just want to thank Min for all that she's already done for so many people, and thank you, Min, for who you are. You're really something special.